Hello, it is Rasko at the, where am I?
London Craft Beer Festival.
All right, and what am I doing here?
You're interviewing me, and you're having a few drinks on like one of the hottest days of the year.
I think I am, and you are, sir.
I'm Greg. I'm co-founder of We Are Beer, the guys behind London Craft Beer Festival and Bristol, Manchester, Glasgow Craft Beer Festival, and Beer Central.
I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much. We're out here in the heat. I got to say, this is perhaps one of the most picturesque locations I've ever done anything, and it's fantastic. It's everyone here saying it's hot. I'm on mostly pails today. Greg, look, I want to get to the chorus because I've seen a few interviews of you. What drives you to do this? Because you're a bit of a music man.
It's our 10th year. So going back 10 years ago, the thing at the start of it was just felt so exciting. You know, what was happening in modern beer. Obviously, great good beer had been being made, and Camo and the Real Ale thing had been going for a long time, and I drunk that but wasn't necessarily engaged in it. But then what happened with the likes of Colonel and at the time with Brewdog and all of these guys, this modern wave of beer, it was just so exciting, and we just wanted to get involved in some way. And Dan, my business partner, had a music venue, so he had the space. We had a conversation which was like, we should put a brewery next to it, and then every time a DJ or a band comes, we can put the beers in their hands, and it will be really cool, and the whole thing would be. And I was like, do you have any money? He's like, no, I've just opened a music venue. He's like, do you have any money? I was like, no. And then we had the slightly silly idea of like, oh, well, we'll get some money. We'll run a modern style beer festival, because at the time there was nothing like this. So that's how it started. He had space in his calendar because the venues stop in the sort of music stops in August, and so we put on the show with music, with food, and the big change was trying to do the shift to the all-in ticket model, which we were the first really to do. And so really we just wanted to contribute and get involved in what was happening, and so that was what drove us at that moment.
So it was like you wanted like a more modern type of beer festival.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
taking it to the next level
in the right venues, in the venues that we'd want to hang out in, with the kind of music and with the kind of food, and obviously the kinds of beer. And I don't want to. I was at Great British Beer Festival, and then one day I was like, I'd never been before. I went. I was like, okay, cool. And then we took the overground round to Camden Town Brewery. That just opened its tap room, and they had Scar Brewing doing a takeover. They had the street food going. They had the DJ on. It was so cool, and it was like, okay, it's quite. Sorry, it's quite. I can't see because the sun's reflected.
Oh God.
But it just was like, there's something different happening. So the way that we wanted to build events was the stuff that we would want to go to.
That's fantastic. How many breweries have we got here today?
So it's a good question actually. We've got 140 breweries pouring. I mean, there's over 100 bars, and then the Brewers Association in America have bought about 20 breweries over for their bar. It's about, I don't know how many of them are actually here, but quite a number, which is fantastic. And then the London Brewers Alliance have also kind of bought a London bar as well. So there's a whole bunch of breweries rotating throughout the weekend. Each of those breweries bring maybe, I'd say on average 6 or 7 different beers across the weekend. So I think we probably have something like 750 different beers on this weekend. We do about 30,000 litres of beer in 100 ml pours.
Excellent glassware, by the way. I love this.
Yeah. So actually, if you do that, what's 30,000 times 10, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot. I'll put
someone on the math.
Yeah, someone on the math.
That's that many pours. 300,000? Is that right? Could be right.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'll work it out later. What is it you got there, man?
I've actually got water.
There's a lot of that being consumed here.
I've been it's been running around like a bad morning, but one of a craft beer bar / rock bar in Camden called Blackheart did some sparkling water called Blackheart Toilet Water. So I'm on that.
Greg, that's fantastic. Right, just briefly, what is your favourite beer style? I won't ask you for your favourite brewery or beer, because you might get into trouble with it. Beer style, if you have one, or at the moment.
At the moment, you know what? I really love lager. I've come back to and I drink a lot of beautiful lagers. Yeah.
Do you ask for it to be poured correctly? Because that's my big thing at the moment.
Have you been down to the Budvar stand?
Oh,
yet?
I've interviewed Bradim twice.
You've done Redim, okay, yeah. It's brilliant. I mean, he did the at Manchester. He spent a bit of time with Redim, and he did the half, the dark and the light pour with the head. So it's like looks like a tequila sunrise, but of Czech beer. It's incredible.
It is. He had me downing a Milko pour through London. It's a great video. Like and subscribe to it.
Like and subscribe.
Great. Really appreciate your time, mate.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for taking time in this heat.
Brilliant.
And
Dude,
again, be more than my one. Thank you. Like and subscribe to Rasko and just go bye bye.